has been considered a land of religious people. We've been producing all these gurus and devtas that we spoke about. But in spite of all this, the righteousness that we teach, there seems to be more corruption in India than almost any other country. We rank amongst the highest amongst the corrupt countries. What do you think is the reason, and what is the way to correct that?
Anyway, India is not a land of religious people, because you must understand this. Being religious means that you believe something. India has never been a land of believers. India has always been a land of seekers, seekers of truth, seekers of freedom and liberation, never believers. Even when they believed God Himself had come, even then they only asked questions. The legend says God landed in India 9 times, but He could not give a single commandment because people ask questions and questions. So they have never been a land of believers. If you are not a believer, you cannot be called religious, but they are land of seekers. A seeker means someone who has realized that he does not know. Nobody knows, but to know that you do not know is a big step. The difference between ignorance and super-ignorance is one knows that he is ignorant, another does not know that he is ignorant. That's when ignorance truly becomes damaging. Having said that, why corruption? People always ask me this question, Sadhguru, so many sages, you have such a galaxy of spiritual traditions, why poverty, why this problem? Let me tell you, where we are in southern India, where our yoga center is, 12 kilometers away there is one police station. Today they're little better equipped in the last 1 year or 1.5 years. Otherwise, there used to be about 11 to 12 policemen, constables, and 1 ASI or a sub-inspector, assistant sub-inspector. In this, always 3 people will be on leave. In that, 2 are for night duty. That means about 6 to 7 policemen. There is no vehicle, there is just one black telephone, there may be bicycles. If you tell him something happened, he will ask, should I really come? From there only he will tell you how to deal with the situation. Or in other words, there is really no active law enforcement, but there is no crime. Nobody kills each other. People live in abject poverty. If you enter their home, it's a single-room home, not a piece of furniture, all they have is probably 2-3 pairs of clothes. But they never… and people are coming to the yoga center in all kinds of cars, from Bentley to Mercedes to everything is driving. They never thought, why are these people driving this car? Why can't I grab it from him? Which they could if they want. They never thought of doing that. That's being spiritual. I'm telling you, you take away… people generally say that in United States, at least in New York City, if you call the police, in 3 minutes flat, the police will be there fully armed, okay? They not only have guns on their hip, they also have bigger armory in the boot. Fully armed police will arrive within 3 minutes. Take away the police from New York City for 3 days and see what happens. Then you will understand what it means to have an entire population spiritual. Not because of enforcement. There is no enforcement of any kind. But people live in a certain way. Because there is a deep-rooted spiritual process. If you kept any other population in the world as deprived as the Indian population is, when your children are malnourished and you know they have not eaten what they should eat to go to school, when you know your pregnant wife is not eating what she should eat to produce a healthy child, when you know if you go to the farm, you have not eaten what you have to do to effectively work there and still not take what belongs to your neighbor, that is spiritual process.